Have you ever started watching a movie and you already kind of start dismissing it? You kind of think you have it figured out and you kind of think you know what it's all about? However, you end up being pleasantly surprised? Well, that actually happened to me a little over a week ago while watching this movie. Incident in a Ghostland. When I first read the synopsis about this movie, I was like, oh, okay, it's a home invasion movie with a mother and her two daughters. I was like, okay, why not? I'll watch another one. I've seen plenty of movies like this before. And I was like, what can this movie do that I've not seen done plenty of times before? And while watching the first 10 minutes of the movie, I was like, okay, it's following the exact formula that I expected it to be following. A family of three gets their home invaded by two gnarly individuals. And that whole segment of that movie kind of wraps itself up in the first 15 to 20 minutes. So after that first 15 minutes, I was like, oh wait, is this movie done? Is it over? Like, is this a short film? I was like, this movie just accomplished what most hour-and-a-half movies do in the first 20 minutes. But no, this movie still had an hour and some change left to go. Since there is a time jump into the future, I was like, okay, we're going to deal with the psychological aspect of what these three girls dealt with at this home invasion. But no, I was actually really surprised that this movie kind of unraveled something more. And I'll be completely honest, I've seen so many movies and so many horror movies that nothing really surprises me anymore. However, this movie really did. As much as this movie is a psychological horror film, it is also very much a physical horror film. And this movie is actually more real than I thought it would be. And just to give a warning, this movie is very real, more realistic than I thought it was going to be. So this movie can easily offend someone and also trigger some very heavy emotions on you as well. And I'm not 100% sure if I'm ecstatic about this movie because it actually surprised me, as opposed to something I see every day in movies or any type of horror movie. What I liked about the film was that the villains themselves were more grounded in reality than I expected them to be. As much as they were deranged, they weren't exactly The Hills Have Eyes, but they're more something that you might see like on an episode of Law & Order SVU. If you don't mind watching something heavy that deals with not only psychological horror and also physical horror, I would say definitely check this movie out. Also, the actress that plays the mother in this film, she does a really good job in this film, and you're kind of like, man, this mom is really tough. I'm like really like into like her character, and she did a really excellent job in the movie. I'll go into more detail about the film because I don't want to give anything away. And like I said, this is a heavy movie and a heavy subject matter, so definitely check it out. But like I said, I'm warning you. Well, hope you like what you see here. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'm Mike the Movie Misfit, and I'll see you at the movies.
Get more out of life. Go out to a movie.